Have you ever looked at an empty cereal box and seen something more? Maybe a whimsical castle for a child's playtime? Or perhaps a colorful storage container for your craft supplies? With a little imagination, everyday items discarded as trash can be transformed into unique and useful treasures. This is the magic of crafting with recycled materials. It's about giving new life to things we often overlook, and it's about tapping into our creativity while being kind to our planet. Recycling is more than just sorting our trash. It's about reducing waste, conserving resources, and minimizing our impact on the environment. When we transform a discarded plastic bottle into a beautiful vase or turn old fabric scraps into a cozy quilt, we're not just creating something new and beautiful, we're also making a conscious choice to live more sustainably. And the best part? This journey of transformation is incredibly rewarding and surprisingly easy.
Our first project is a testament to the idea that even the humblest of materials can be transformed into something both stylish and functional. We'll be using those empty toilet paper rolls that often end up in the recycling bin. Instead of discarding them, we'll transform them into a charming and practical organizer for your desk, craft room, or even your bathroom. Here's what you'll need: empty toilet paper rolls or paper towel rolls cut to size, cardboard, glue, and a few other basic supplies. You'll also need craft glue or a hot glue gun, scissors, and decorative materials like paint, patterned paper, ribbon, and any other embellishments you fancy. Let's get started. First, cut a piece of cardboard to your desired size for the base of your organizer. This will be the foundation, so make sure it's sturdy enough to hold all your rolls. Next, arrange your paper rolls on the cardboard base, experimenting with different heights and configurations. You can create a pattern or keep it random. Once you're happy with the layout, glue each roll securely to the base. Make sure to press down firmly and let the glue dry completely. Now this is where you can let your creativity shine. Paint your organizer in vibrant colors, cover it with patterned paper, or add embellishments like ribbon, buttons, or decorative tape. You can even mix and match different materials to create a unique look. Finally, once your organizer is completely dry, fill it with pens, pencils, paintbrushes, makeup brushes, or any other small items that need a tidy home. This organizer is not only functional, but also a great way to recycle and add a personal touch to your space. Enjoy your new, customized organizer.
Section 5. Project 2, Blooming Beauty, Transforming Bottles into Vases. Our next project takes those ubiquitous plastic bottles and transforms them into charming decorative vases. It's a simple way to add a touch of handmade charm to your home while giving these discarded items a new lease on life. Section 6. Creating your upcycled vase. Masterpiece, a step-by-step guide. Here's what you will need: clean plastic bottles, water bottles, soda bottles, etc. Scissors or a craft knife, sandpaper, optional. Decorative materials like paint, fabric scraps, twine, ribbon, and glue. Craft glue or a hot glue gun. Make sure you have a clean workspace to keep everything organized. Let's begin. 1. Prep your bottles. Rinse your plastic bottles thoroughly and remove any labels. This step is crucial to ensure that your decorations adhere properly and that your vase looks clean and professional. If desired, you can use sandpaper to smooth out any rough edges. This will give your vase a more polished look and make it safer to handle. 2. Shape your vase. Use scissors or a craft knife to carefully cut the top portion off each bottle, creating the opening for your vase. Be cautious while cutting to avoid any injuries. You can experiment with different heights and shapes to create a variety of vases. Try making some tall and slender, while others can be short and wide. This variety will add visual interest to your collection. 3. Decorate and personalize. Now for the fun part. This is where you can let your creativity shine. Paint your vases in solid colors or create unique designs. You can use stencils for patterns or freehand your own artwork. Wrap them in colorful fabric scraps, twine, or ribbon. Mixing different textures can give your vases a unique and interesting look. Get creative with decoupage techniques using patterned paper napkins or tissue paper. This method allows you to add intricate designs and patterns easily. 4. Add the finishing touches. Once your vases are decorated and dry, take a moment to admire your work. Add any final embellishments like buttons, beads, or decorative trim. These small details can make a big difference and really make your vases stand out. Enjoy your beautiful upcycled creations.
Section 7, Project 3, Snuggling Up with Sustainability, a Cozy Quilt from Scraps. Our final project is a testament to the enduring appeal of quilts, those cozy, comforting blankets that often tell stories through their patchwork designs. We'll be using fabric scraps, those leftover pieces from sewing projects that often end up forgotten in drawers or boxes. Section 8, Piece by piece, stitch by stitch, bringing your scrap quilt to life. Here's what you'll need. Fabric scraps, a variety of colors, patterns, and textures. The more diverse, the more vibrant your quilt will be. Rotary cutter or fabric scissors, ruler or cutting mat, sewing machine, optional but highly recommended for efficiency. Iron and ironing board, quilt batting, either cotton or flannel. This will add warmth and thickness to your quilt. Backing fabric, a solid color or a complementary pattern. This will be the back of your quilt, so choose something that complements your design. Alright, let's get started. First, prepare your fabric. Wash, dry, and iron your fabric scraps to remove any wrinkles or creases. This step ensures your fabric is clean and smooth, making it easier to cut and sew. Next, cut your squares. Using a rotary cutter or fabric scissors, cut your fabric scraps into squares of your desired size. Consistency is key, so try to keep your squares uniform. Aim for a variety of colors and patterns to create a visually interesting quilt. The more diverse your fabric selection, the more dynamic your quilt will appear. Then arrange your design. Lay out your fabric squares on a flat surface, experimenting with different arrangements until you create a design you love. This is your chance to play with color and pattern combinations. Now, sew your squares together. Start by sewing the squares into rows. Sew your fabric squares together in rows. Then sew the rows together to create the quilt top. Make sure your seams are straight and your corners match up for a polished look. You can use a sewing machine for speed or sew by hand for a more traditional approach. Hand sewing can add a personal touch and a sense of craftsmanship to your quilt. After that, layer your quilt. This step is crucial for assembling your quilt sandwich. Place your quilt top on a flat surface, right side down. Smooth out any wrinkles to ensure a flat, even surface. Layer the quilt batting on top, followed by the backing fabric, right side up. Make sure all layers are aligned properly. Pin all 3 layers together securely. Use plenty of pins to keep the layers from shifting as you quilt. Next, quilt it together. Quilt your layers together, either by hand or with a sewing machine, following the lines of your patchwork design or creating your own quilting pattern. This step not only holds the layers together, but also adds texture and design to your quilt. Finally, bind the edges. Cut long strips of fabric for the binding and sew them around the edges of your quilt to create a neat and finished look. Binding not only secures the edges, but also adds a final touch of color and style to your quilt. Enjoy your beautiful handmade scrap quilt.
Section 9. The rewards of resourcefulness, more than just crafts. Crafting with recycled materials is so much more than just a fun way to pass the time. It's a rewarding journey that benefits both our planet and our well-being. By transforming discarded items into beautiful and functional creations, we're reducing waste, conserving resources, and minimizing our environmental impact.
Section 10. Unleash your inner artist. It's easier than you think. The beauty of crafting with recycled materials is that it's accessible to everyone. You don't need to be a skilled artist or a master craftsperson to transform everyday items into something special. All you need is a little imagination, a willingness to experiment, and a dash of that make-do and mend spirit that our grandparents embraced.
Section 11. Conclusion. A world of creative possibilities awaits. So, the next time you're about to toss that empty cereal box, that plastic bottle, or those fabric scraps into the recycling bin, pause for a moment and consider their hidden potential. With a little creativity and some basic crafting supplies, you can transform these discarded items into unique treasures for your home, gifts for your loved ones, or simply a source of personal satisfaction.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment below on what you'd like to see next. And remember, sharing is caring, so don't forget to share this video with your friends. Hit that notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. Until next time, stay creative with Danny Creativity.